Ballerina, the new spin-off movie from the John Wick universe, starring Ana de Armas and a few cameos from the John Wick series, like Ian McShane's Winston and Angelica Houston as the director, even possibly the last on-screen appearance of Lance Reddick. Obviously, he just passed away. It wasn't that long ago. R.I.P. Lance Reddick. This might be his last cameo, if not his last role. I'm actually not totally sure. But it was cool to see him again. That was pretty awesome. And it tells the story of Eve, who's on a quest of revenge for her father's death. So instead of John Wick going after somebody who killed the dog that his wife left him, it's actually just a basic kind of revenge story. So the plot is kind of thin on this one. And it works for the story that it does and whatever. So after her father's death, she ends up with the Rusko Roma, the organization we see in John Wick 3, which is like they're playing, they do the ballerinas stuff. They have like a big theater. They go in there. They have a few clips to where they show him. They intertwine it. And it kind of works. Now, this movie does a good job of showing her grow up and learn how to become the assassin that she wants to be, to like avenge her father and whatnot. And at least gives her enough training during all that to make a lot of what happens in this movie somewhat believable. They acknowledge she probably is not the strongest person in the fight. That's fine. And also she needs to fight to her advantage and to her strength. So this is one of the lines that I did not like. It's like, you need to fight like a girl. But what it means in this context actually kind of works, because it's like, kick a dude in the balls, slap him in the ears, use basically dirty tricks, cheat to win, whatever, because the type of training is obviously supposed to be fair combat. But if you're at a disadvantage, go ahead and use that, which is something that I think a lot of people kind of are looking for in movies. Especially if you're going to have a female lead, they need to use what they have. Back in the day, it was femme fatales. They used their sexuality to get stuff done. This way, you need to, let's just say you need to fight dirty. And, when she's fighting bigger people, stronger people, because she's told that that's what she's going to be fighting, it works. It works for this movie. And the strength that she has going for her, the biggest strength that she has going for her, is that it's set in the John Wick universe, which is fine, because if you've seen John Wick 3 and especially John Wick 4, there's some ridiculousness. There's ridiculous stuff that happens to him that it's, to any normal person, you would just be saying that person's obliterated, that person's destroyed. You see her get kicked like through walls and stuff, and she's almost like a Terminator. But since it's in the John Wick universe, you gotta, like I said, turn your brain off to enjoy that stuff, which is still fine, because it oddly works. It does. With that being said, the movie is a lot of fun with awesome action scenes and also a lot of very creative kills and cool scenes that flow together to make every action scene action-packed. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. It's weird, because it's like 90% of it flows together, and there'll be like 10% of it that just doesn't look right. I forgive the movie for that, because I was just having a good time watching this. It's very action-packed. It's pretty much like a half an hour of build-up. So like the first half an hour of the movie is like build-up. She's going through training. So it's doing the setup to make you believe that what she's about to go through, she can actually withstand. And then, has a couple missions, whatever, and then goes on to, it's a revenge movie. It's the simplest, thinnest plot you can think of. It works. It's all good. And it's just like nonstop action after the first half an hour for the most part. There's minor little things here or there, but for the most part, nonstop action. And it's it's over the top John Wick style scenes, but the movie delivers. The movie absolutely delivers. I think it's just a good time. You want to turn your brain off, good action film, and you want a girl boss who's not quite a girl boss, because you see her get the shit kicked out of her. The thing is she's just a fucking Terminator. Because it's the John Wick universe, it kind of works. And it's because of the setup from the last 4 John Wick movies. If this was just a standalone movie, I would say this is ridiculous. With some pretty amazing, awesome, unique kills and very unique ways of using weaponry that we've probably all seen this weaponry, whatever, but it's just a very unique way to use it, and it was a very entertaining way to use it. But look, if you're looking for it to have like a good plot or insanely good acting from Ana de Armas, this is probably not the movie for you. It's probably not the movie that you want to see this weekend. But if you just want to have a good time, maybe get out of the heat since it's during the summer and just watch like a good action flick, a ridiculous action movie with some creative kills, this movie is definitely worth seeing. Like I had a blast with it and I recommend it regardless. It's just fun. It's dumb fun. And if you've seen the first four John Wick movies, you're going to enjoy it even more. And with that being said, look, if you enjoyed this review of it, and let me actually put this out there, I recommend this movie. Go have fun with it. Don't think too much about it. It's a very turn your brain off movie. Have fun with the action. The kill scenes are good, are great. The way that the stunt teams and the team that works on these kind of films, just obviously they're trying to do more and more, and whether it's with a female lead, male lead, that stuff doesn't kind of matter to them. They're just like, we have these action scenes that we want to do. Who's ever doing them, you need to sell them. You need to do that. Even Anna de Armas does a little like gun flick trick, like where they do the flick and reload to where it's actually become like a thing out there in the real world. There was something Keanu just kind of messed around with. Now it's just a part of like apparently even sometimes real training out there, from what I understand. Don't fully quote me on that. But like I said, I had a great time with this movie. If you enjoyed this review, though, please consider hitting that like button. Hey, man, go ahead and give me a subscribe if you like some of my reviews. Also, if you like any of my live streams, I do mainly a lot of live streams. I do, obviously, movie reviews and stuff like that. And if you like this review, go ahead and check out some of my other ones. Give me some pointers on stuff. I'm trying out some new programs. I want to try and expand, maybe get some more viewers, get some more subscribers, get as many people into it as possible, and also, well, promote my stuff. So if you like this review, go ahead and check out other ones. And if you did, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.